Hello and welcome everyone. Today we're going to be going over Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. As you can see, I have a special guest with me today. This is my oldest daughter and Pokemon Master in Training, Aria.
Hi.
We're going to be going over comparing and contrasting points of view from myself, a 20-year veteran of Pokemon, and Aria, which she is just started playing Pokemon, the games last year. She's always watched the anime and everything, but she is now getting into the games and enjoying those. She's played and beat Pokemon Sun, and now she's playing Ultra Sun.
No, Pokemon Moon.
Oh, I'm sorry. She played Pokemon Moon, and now she's playing Ultra Sun. She corrected me. But anyhow, without further ado, let's get into the games. First off, welcome back to Kanto, where it all began, the original 151 Pokemon. Except for the addition of the Alolan forms, which were introduced in Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which are the Cantonian Pokemon that kind of migrated or ended up in Kanto and evolved and adapted to those conditions over there. There is local 2-player in the game. Also, going back to my last point with the Pokemon, there is the original 151 with the addition of the Alolan forms and with Meltan, which was introduced in Pokemon Go. It kind of looks like a silvery ditto with like a nut for a head or an eyeball. And its evolved form, which is Melmetal, which is cool because it's the first mythical Pokemon to evolve. And then, like I said, it's local 2-player, so you and your sibling can play, or you and your son or daughter can play, you and a friend can play together, which is the first time that a main series Pokemon game, an RPG like this, has had the 2-player. There are the version exclusives. In Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, the exclusives are the Oddish line, which is Oddish, Gloom, Vileplume, the Sandshrew line, Sandshrew, Sandslash, and the Growlithe line, Growlithe, and
Arcanine.
And then also in the Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, you have the Bellsprout line, Bellsprout, Weepinbell, Victreebel, you have Vulpix, and
Ninetales.
And then you have the Meowth line with Meowth and Persian. The games have connectivity with Pokemon Go, so if you have caught a bunch of Pokemon in Pokemon Go from Generation 1, or the the Alolan forms, you can transfer those over into Pokemon Go parks, or into the Go parks into the game, which is really nifty. Another thing, there's no more HMs, which I enjoy that fact, because HMs are just annoying to me, but your Pikachu and your Eevee, whichever version you have, they learn the moves like Surf and which you hop on an actual surfboard with your Pikachu or your Eevee and surf, or you have the flying, which they strap a bunch of balloons, which is a throwback to the flying Pikachu and the surfing Pikachu from the card games and the Pokemon Yellow and all that. Also, following Pokemon are back, which is awesome. That's one thing that I know most fans absolutely love. And if the Pokemon is large enough, some Pokemon you can actually ride on, like
Arcanine.
Yep, Arcanine and Onyx, which is just 2 that I can think of right offhand that you can actually ride on that is shown in the trailers. Also, there is a nifty little thing that you can get. It's the Pokeball Plus. And it takes place of the Joy-Cons for the Switch. You actually act like you're throwing the Pokeball to catch them and everything, and you can actually take Pokemon with you. If you watch the trailer, they sit there and shake the ball, and you hear like a Pikachu or an Eevee inside of the Pokeball because you've taken them with you. Now in the video, I'm going to ask my daughter some questions and see her response on the games. Okay, in the trailers that we watched, what did you notice?
I noticed that the Pokemon were following you, and you could ride bigger Pokemon. Okay. And you could see the Pokemon better.
So, like you're talking about in the overworld, you can actually see the Pokemon rather than running into them in Wow, like just randomly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you like that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Is there anything else that you noticed that was a big point to you in the trailers? No? Okay. What are you excited about in the games?
I'm excited you can ride bigger Pokemon than just ride Pokemon.
Okay. So like the ride Pokemon in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, you're excited that you can ride different Pokemon other than just those, right?
Yeah, and okay. I'm excited that Pikachu or Eevee can go on a surfboard or get balloons on them and fly me.
So it's kind of cute. It's a throwback to Pokemon Yellow, which is where I began my journey.
I'm also excited that you can get them accessories.
Oh yeah, you can. You can dress them up and everything, and to match you. And I know it showed different hairstyles for the Eevee and everything, which I thought was really cute. And it was something that you would enjoy more so than myself. Mm-hmm. All right. Did you like the fact that you don't have to battle wild Pokemon except for the legendary Pokemon?
Yes.
So you kind of like the idea of just berries and throwing Pokeballs to catch them?
Yes.
Okay. So someone, in her generation, someone that's younger, and I can see where that appeals to them a little bit more. And is there anything else that you are extremely excited about for these games? No, not that you can think of? Okay. Now, my perspective as a veteran, I'm going to put my nostalgia glasses on here because it reminds me a lot of Pokemon Yellow, which is like just said a few minutes ago. That's where I started my journey. I started with Pokemon Yellow when it came out. And then later on I got Blue and Red. But Pokemon Yellow, I started off with my Pikachu. And I remember leveling my Pikachu all the way up to level 100. And it was just an awesome feat for me to get my Pikachu to level 100. And back then I didn't understand why it wouldn't evolve. But now, as I'm older, I understand that Pikachu wasn't meant to evolve. It was meant to mirror Ash's Pikachu from the anime. Another thing that I'm excited about is definitely the following Pokemon and the ride Pokemon. The following Pokemon is something that I look forward to and hope that they do in every single game. I kind of get a little bit discouraged when there's not the following Pokemon. I've enjoyed it ever since Yellow, and then when they did it again in Soul Silver and Heart Gold and everything, I just love the following Pokemon. It's just more personal to me when those Pokemon can follow you. And then also being able to ride on top of some of the larger Pokemon is even more awesome. The Charizard was another one that I saw that you could ride on top of. I'm excited that about the overworld Pokemon, being able to see the Pokemon in their natural habitats, flying or crawling or whatever they do, and being able to dodge those 5 million Zubats that you run into in the caves and everything, because those are just too many Zubats, way too many Zubats. So I'm just excited to be able to dodge those and everything. And then also, no more HMs. It's something that I hope that they continue to do in every single game. When they did it with Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, they didn't have the HMs. It brightened my day because I hated having a slot on my team for a Pokemon that just knows HM moves. It was literally like you could only have 5 Pokemon and then HM Slave. And so I really enjoy that there are no more HMs, and I hope that this continues through the new games coming out later on. And then another thing for me, like I said at the beginning, it's just nostalgia. It's nostalgia. It's with pretty graphics, which excites me because I've played since Pokemon Yellow, and I've loved the franchise the entire time. It's had its ups and downs of games that I didn't enjoy as much, but I have enjoyed every single generation of Pokemon in its own certain way. For me, the downsides of the game, the cons, it's not for competitive players. It's not. It is meant for people like my daughter and people that are just coming into the franchise, the younger generation. It is meant for the Pokemon Go players that that got into Pokemon from playing Pokemon Go, and now they enjoy the franchise. And I believe these kind of games, it's a good thing. it brings in more revenue. People will say that they're just milking the series and milking the franchise and everything. But if you think about it, that's more money to spend on the more mainline RPGs, the ones that we are used to. So I think it's a good thing. But it is, like I said, it's not for competitive players. You're not going to be breeding all these Pokemon and getting all these eggs and everything. There's no breeding in this game. Another thing is I'm not a huge fan of the catching mechanic. I do enjoy the battling and whittling the Pokemon down to 1 HP and having it paralyzed and throwing 5 million Pokeballs at it to try and catch it. But like I stated, this is a more simplified game for a different generation of players. Also, the last con that I'm going to talk about, that it's just a con for me because I grew up with the older games. It's that there's no more. The days of the jerk rival is gone. It's more of a friendly rival now, and they actually stated the reason why is because of improved graphics. And they can do more with facial expressions now. They don't have to vocalize everything as much. And you're not reading all this text and everything. So they can do more with the facial expressions. And also the rivals, the jerk rivals aren't as accepted. Bullies aren't as accepted nowadays as they used to be, which is a good thing. I don't agree with bullies. I think it's... there's a time and a place for everything. But anyhow, overall, this game is designed for the younger generation and Pokemon Go players and everything. And also people like me with nostalgia glasses on that are excited about Generation 1. Excited about the original 151 again. And my questions for this is... what is the game mean for the future generation of Pokemon? What features are going to carry on to Pokemon 2019, which is our promise that we're supposed to get a new generation next year, a new region next year. What's going to carry over to that game? And I'm hoping it's following Pokemon, and I'm hoping that HMs are just gone. I hope that there are no more. Also, I hope that how they did the Alolan variations of Pokemon, I hope that they continue on with those, because you can't just give us that and say, oh yes, these Pokemon are adapted to this region, but have other regions that Pokemon haven't adapted to. They're still the exact same as they were. And another thing is, will there be a follow-up to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee? Will there be like a Pokemon Let's Go Togepi or something like that? Togepi and Meryl, perhaps, but I want to know what's your questions for the games. If you have any questions to ask me, you can message me. You can comment on the video. Do you have any questions? You don't have any questions at all? Okay. Well,
wait, actually,
you do have. Okay, go ahead.
What was the last Pokemon you said? From Togepi?
Meryl.
Meryl. What does Meryl look like?
It's like a blue mouse with a little blue zigzag tail with a little ball or a little blight.
I remember.
Remember now? Okay.
Meryl.
Well,
There's an electric Meryl too.
Thank you all for watching.
Story.
And just all the support and everything. I enjoy doing these videos. You know, it's fun for me. And my daughter Aria, she's been begging me to do a video, and I just figured this would be the perfect opportunity for her to do a video with me, because it's something she enjoys and something I enjoy. And I feel like these games, you can enjoy it together with your son, daughter, or whatever. But thank you once again. If you have any questions down below, you can always put them. And thank you for watching. Have a good day.